Hi, this is David with entry number 48. Just came back from E-Mart, got some stuff for my cooking weekend. So I'm gonna make, on the menu is chocolate mousse for dessert, garlic risotto for dinner with my soup, and what else? And for breakfast, banana pancakes. And then also, for an accompaniment with dinner, I think I'll make caramelized onion pancakes. What's cool with pancakes is that if you don't add a lot of sugar to the initial batter, you can kind of manipulate the either savory or sweetness of the batter. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a big ass tub of batter and then let that sit. I'm going to make it using flour, milk, baking powder, and then let that sit for a few hours. Pick up my friend who's coming in to town tomorrow, and from there I'll make some banana pancakes, and then later I'll make onion pancakes by caramelizing some onions, adding it to the batter, maybe get some cheese, put that in there and fry them up, make them a little more oil so they're crispy. My mouth's watering because I know that's legit. Yeah, so that's going to be it's going to be a really good eating weekend. I'm sorry if you didn't come here or couldn't come here because it's going to be a lot of food, a lot of walking too. So, other than that, it's been a hectic day for me emotionally. I think I've talked about this before, but for me personally, I'm very introspective. If you don't know what introspection is, it's basically you look inward. You look outward, but you mostly look inward. And the problem, I think classically, or at least typically with me with introspection, is that it's very easy to start to stew in your own negativity if you're naturally pessimistic. And like I said before, I'm like a pessimist who strives to be an optimist. Today had me very tense, very tense. Like I said yesterday, I had a meeting with my mentor teacher, actually before class and after class, because it went that well. Before class, because she was like, I won't be able to meet with you after class. And then we sat down, and I was expecting a little pushback, or not pushback, but a little critiquing of what I've been doing with the kids. And what I got was, fair enough, it was, I think that what she brought up was all valid claims. But there's something about hearing, maybe you can hear it in my voice while I'm talking about this, because truth is often heard more than it is, or heard in intonation rather than heard in words. Essentially, there's something very powerful about being told inadequacies. And I think that certain inadequacies, or it makes it even more poignant, I should say, or salient, same thing, that if you know they're true. Now, I think a lot of young people nowadays kind of walk on air, and so if they get told critique, it's like, oh, that's your opinion. But I'm not like that. I'm very, like I said, introspective. So when she said, this X, Y, and Z needs to be fixed, or you're not doing this, you need to be doing this. For her, I think it was, just talking plainly, which fair enough it was. But for me, that strikes at my my core, and hearing that what I was doing was failing, essentially, or not failing, I should say, because she said you weren't failing. She said she just wants things changed. To know that what I was doing wasn't what she wanted hurt me emotionally. I'm not sure if you're watching this whether or not how in tune you are with your own spirituality and emotions, but I feel like I'm someone who's very, to my detriment, in tune with his or her emotion. It hurts. It hurts, and I knew what she said wasn't coming from a place of malice or hate or negative, or some negativity, but not malice or hate. It was just coming from a place that she needs some stuff changed, and I agree with her. I think the points she brought up were valid, but that doesn't make it hurt any less. I think there's just sort of a feeling that I think a lot of people get, like, for example, when they get divorced. There's a certain point, whether that be in the initial process of announcing the divorce or years, decades later, where they realize that this was for the best, or at least this is kind of how it needs to be. And to realize that what you've been doing, whether it be a marriage or whatever, or teaching in my case, whether when you hear it's not good enough, that's it's real. And if you're someone like me, it makes you feel very sad. And there was a couple points when I was getting critiqued at the after class where I was just like, I just want to fucking leave right now, because I'm about to, like, I wasn't gonna yell, but I was getting emotional because they just kept saying, like, this isn't good enough, and then just kind of, there was my co-teacher, after-school coordinator, mentor teacher at the after-school meeting, and they spoke for about 45 minutes in Korean to each other. I don't speak Korean, like I said before, so I just sat there, and there's a certain extra level of craziness when you're someone like me, and they're essentially saying a ton of, felt like the tone was a ton of negative things that need to be changed, and I couldn't do anything. I mean, regardless, even if I probably could understand them, I wouldn't say, or interrupt them and say, like, you're a fucking liar, but it hurt. And I know I'm swearing a little bit, but that's kind of the raw emotion peeking out. It hurts to be told what you've been doing isn't right. There was the whole thing at my orientation here for a talk program. They gave out awards in each group, 3 awards, and the pinnacle of the awards was the leadership award. And I'm someone who conducts themselves in a very professional manner, and I feel I was exemplary during the whole thing, and I didn't win in my group. I didn't win the leadership award, and I'll be honest, that was the day I didn't win, I was told I didn't win, was the day we left and I came here, or came to Gangwon, and I was pissed and hurt and depressed and on the verge of just leaving, because in that instance, that's where I really tried. And I don't think there's very few feelings in the world. Actually, I'll put it this way: it's a very unique feeling to feel how your best isn't good enough. And I think that really talks to something about my generation in particular, in that we were raised with parents who I think on the whole, not everyone, but on the whole, you're told that if you do your best, you can do anything, right? You can succeed in any field. Anything you put your mind to, you can do. And in this instance, the judges were the leader, the Canadian leader, the English-speaking leader, and the Korean leader. And apparently they did not see enough leadership qualities in me to award me this award. And I'm telling you, it's a very unique feeling to be told your best isn't good enough. And this is a whole other thing. I've gone on too long already, so I'm going to stop it here. But, today was a good day because actually I taught 5th and 6th, 3rd, 5th, 6th, and I think the classes went really, really well. Like, sublime. And that's all I'm going to say about that today. I'm pretty raw still, if you haven't noticed. But I'll just say it because I don't know who's watching this, and I know you're watching it, and it just hurt today. It hurt, and I'm not sure if this job is supposed to hurt, and I think it's actually a good thing that it did hurt, but there was something in me was affected. So that's all I'm going to say today, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. My friend's coming, so maybe he'll join me. I will try to shoot cooking, because I have a little table and I can use my stove on the table, and I'll try and show you the cooking because it's going to be really cool, especially the mousse. So I'll talk to you tomorrow. This has been entry number 48. Thanks for watching. Bye.